Christy Harrison, and I'm the Associate Vice President Academic at Centennial College. We've been pleased to be involved with dual credits with the Toronto District School Board over the past 3 years. We have offered credit courses to high school students from TDSB who attend at one of our campuses twice a week and also are able to complete a high school credit through this special program. At our CCC, or Centre for Creative Communications campus at Pape and Mortimer, we have run the very successful Growing Up Digital, Living and Working in Canada. This course has been offered to specialist high skills major students in the arts and culture and to other selected students in TDSB who have an interest in arts, culture, digital photography, and many forms of media.
Some of the highlights was that it was very interesting. It was a small class, and you learned a lot from being in a small class. And he went from the old technology to the new technology, and you learned a lot from that. And it was just very good information. And he was a good teacher, too.
Will this course help you in the future?
It definitely will help me in the future. Since I did take this credit in high school, it will advance me into my college course that I'm taking for next year. So I'll have one less elective, so I have more time to do what I wish in the college program.
Okay.
Many of the students enjoy the labs and the ability to be hands-on, the small class size, the intimate conversations that they can have with faculty members and instructors, the supports around the college, and the way that they fit in seamlessly without being identified as high school students. When you're here on our campus, nobody knows whether or not you completed high school last year and are a freshman student this year, or whether you're part of one of our dual credit projects. This means you have access to a full range of campus activities and experiences, and often you find out that there are some really cool things you can do with the learning that you've obtained in the program. Many of our students go on to very high-paying jobs in the Ontario arts and media sectors, and some of our graduates are very well known and have obtained incredible positions in the industry.
So when we watched the video on Macs versus PC, then we had the class discussion, and we learned all about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and their rivalry, but we got to really see the business aspect of the computer industry, and I think that was my favorite just because I know I'll be able to use that information just out of interest. It's something I would have never learned in my own time, and it's not in a textbook, so.
And the actual experience of going to the college, how did that help you in terms of bridging that transition from high school to...
Completely. They gave us student cards at the very beginning, and they told us that when you're here, you are a Centennial student. You don't have to be concerned. You're allowed in the computer labs. You're allowed to use all the exact same programs and everything.
As other college students do.
Exactly. Mondays and Wednesdays I was at Centennial, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Friday I was at my co-op placement, and that was at a website called She Does the City, and that's for Toronto women, so it's got all kinds of events and fashion, and they talk about vintage stores that are in Toronto, so it's very specific to Toronto women, and I got to write articles, and it was a lot of fun just because last year I was much more in the organizational side of co-op, and this year it was much more creative, and I got to work with Photoshop and lots of fun programs, so I enjoyed it a lot.
Great.